Good evening, everyone. It's windy down here in Devon, so I'm going to be firing up the Joe tonight. Hope you're all well and safe and dry. I know there's been a lot of rain up country, so yes, need to thank Dan and Neil for having me on the lockdown barbecue show on Thursday. Thanks, guys. If you haven't watched it, it will come up on Instagram in a day or so, so you can watch it then, or it goes live on a Thursday on the Smoking Elks YouTube channel, 7 o'clock. So and it's Barbecue James on this Thursday, so worth a watch. And on Saturday it's UK Barbecue Week. There's lots of great ideas and recipes on the website. Want to get involved with that, hop over onto there, and yeah, I'm going to try and cook every day that week, and yes, get really involved and get behind the guys who spent a lot of time sorting that out this year. So yeah, the tip all for tonight. I'm taking you to France tonight. We're going to cross the channel, and so it's a bit of a Frenchy meal, and I've got a nice Viognier tonight. So cheers, everyone. One of my favourite wines. So right. So yes. So Bouillabaisse is on the menu. And already in here I've got some onion and fennel finely chopped, well not very finely chopped, with a star anise, and that's just sauteing in some butter and olive oil. So we'll give that a stir. You want to get that nice and soft. So yeah, the dish Bouillabaisse comes from the port of Marseille. And the fishermen, the French fishermen, used to make the fishy stew out of all the bony fish that they couldn't sell. So that's where it comes from. Anybody joining us tonight?
Yeah, Anita says bonsoir.
Oh, bonsoir, Anita.
Dan Gould says santé. And John Palmer has popped in. Hey, John.
Hi, John.
Yeah, all excited to
yes.
see
So
the
it
Bouillabaisse.
is, and it's quite cool tonight, so it's going to be a real pot of comfort food. And I've got a fresh loaf that's come out of the oven, so we're going to have that to mop up all the juicy bits. So while that's soaking away, I'm going to add in the garlic. We'll add the garlic last, really, so it doesn't burn. So pop that all in.
A nice chunk of garlic there.
French like their garlic. And then going to add in the tomatoes. I've got about 6 chopped tomatoes there. I'm doing it all a bit quickly because ideally it needs to sort of mush down, but you could leave the onion and the tomato and the fennel and then add the fish and have it all chunky. But a proper bouillabaisse, you take the fish out once you've cooked it, and then you blitz down all those other bits into a nice deep sauce, and then you put the fish back into it, and then you put on the top bouillie, which is garlic mayonnaise, and I've added some lemon juice and a tiny little bit of saffron to give it that lovely yellow colour. So the fish I've got going in the bouillabaisse tonight is mussels, Exmouth mussels, from Simon down on the quay. I go down on my bike most mornings and he's open in the mornings at 9 o'clock. A little tip for the mussels, you just need to give them a little tap if they've started to open. And that one, oh, that one, I took that one out a little while ago, but he's closed again, so I'll look through those before I put them in. I've got some lovely prawns. Now langoustines, they sell them already cooked, but these sort of prawns are sold fresh, so they're going to go in, and you'll get lots of flavour from them into the stew. And then I've got collie, which is a much better value fish than cod or haddock, so it's undervalued but actually really good to use in the stew. So that's what's going to go into there. So that's starting to cook down a little bit. Smells good already.
Yeah, and the prawns smelled amazing as well. It's going to be very aromatic, this meal.
Right. It did say to add in some basil stalks. Well, I didn't have much in the way of basil stalks, so I'm just going to put a little bit of basil in. Save the rest for later. I'm also going to put in a tablespoon of tomato puree. This is going to help give it that nice rich sort of orangey colour. I'll have to come and see how you make your bouillabaisse, Anita. And I'm also going to put in some stock. And I didn't have any fish stock, so I've used vegetable stock. And this is a little bit of white wine, which has got a little pinch of saffron in, which has given it that lovely colour. So that's going in as well. Okay, so we'll let that cook for a little bit. Give a nice stir. So I've got a star anise in there, so that I shall remember to take that out when I take the fish out. So we'll let that cook for a little bit longer. I've also, in my cupboard, I've got some pastis, which will go really well, and I've used this in a lot of fishy dishes, so I'm going to put a little bit of that in. I want to taste a little bit of it first too. I'm sure I did a fishy dish with this in the beginning of lockdown. I can't remember.
You've done a fish curry.
Time ago. Mmm. Mmm. Oh yes, nice. I'm only going to put a little bit of that in. There. Boom. Right. Really, we just need to wait for that to cook down a little bit. We'll just turn up the heat. Or it's turned up. We're like watching the kettle boil.
Should we go for a few shout outs?
Yes.
We have Jason Baker says, hello from Leeds, looking forward to seeing the finished product.
Hi Jason.
George Orange says he loves Bouillabaisse and had an amazing one once when his car broke down in Marseille.
Oh, I'm sure, like most towns, they'll all have their own specific recipe, and a lot of recipes I did look at use different fish, different ingredients, but the main one was fennel, white wine, star anise, and tomatoes. But yeah, so really that needs to cook a little bit longer. Perhaps we'll just have a little taste. So I won't put any salt and pepper until after I've cooked the fish. Mmm. It's good.
Anita says crevettes. I don't know if that's her secret tip for a...
Oh, crevettes, that's what these are called.
Ah, there you go.
Yes. Yeah, because when I asked him for some langoustines, he said he only sells them cooked, but these were uncooked, which I wanted to get so they then go a nice colour when you cook them.
And they do smell amazing.
Ideally, you're going to want this to cook down a lot more. I'm just going to put in some orange zest, which I've got here. That will go with the sort of citrusy flavours in with the fennel and...
I can smell it.
That. Then we need to add a bit of the juice. Spoon there. So yes, ideally you're going to want this base sauce to cook down a bit more, but we're going to carry on. So I'm going to put in the coli. Then what I need to do is I need to take out the fish once it's cooked, and we'll probably get some bits of onion and fennel and that in there, but that doesn't matter. Pop in the crevettes, and that's going to add loads of flavour. I remember cooking these on the barbecue in France, and you break the heads off and then used to suck the brains out of it. Do you remember doing that, Ashley?
That's where all the flavour is.
Yeah. So
all the sauce gets stuck in the brains and you can just suck it out.
Yeah, so they're going in there. Then we're going to put the mussels in. I'm just going to check that they're all closed. Any I'm unsure of. I'll just do a little tap test.
So what are you looking for when you do this one?
Well, just so that they're closed, properly closed. They can't be open. If they're open, they might be dead.
So like they're like pretty wide open.
Yeah.
I think I
So they were all
at the back there. Looks
that
like
one. Okay, so
a
we'll
dodgy,
tap that
a
one.
suspect.
Yeah, so we're not going to use that one. Better safe than sorry. It's nearly closed now, but if you're in any doubt, don't use it. So give that a stir. And then you want that just to come up to the boil to cook that fish. It won't take long. We close the lid. And then we've got to take the fish out again so we can liquidize the sauce. Nice and chunky. So that's that. I've got my seasoning, salt and pepper after. Anybody else joining us? Any questions? Anyone else cook bouillabaisse on your barbecue?
Chris Treby says evening all, and he also says well done on your interview. It's great YouTube. It was good content, wasn't it?
They've done a good job, those two guys. Amazing. It's all done via Zoom and video footage and photographs, so well done.
There's some cracking B-roll, some makes you like realise how much we actually do.
Oh, I wonder who took all that, Ashley. My #1 cameraman. Woo-hoo.
We have Frisch Catton from Swindon.
Hi there.
Says hi. Mike Saunders says they look lovely.
I see your cook today, Mike, on your Joe. A nice sausage casserole with that nice loaf of bread. It will come. You have to get Cheryl to do some of her lovely baking on it.
George Oren says he believes that there's a Bouillabaisse competition or festival each year amongst the local towns because they're all so different.
Ah, sounds like fun.
Something we should maybe go along to.
Well, I don't think we'll be allowed to at the minute.
Not yet. Jeanette Harvey says, hey, good evening. Looks very tasty. It smells tasty as well. Trent Griffith says, now you're talking. Sue Metallic says, yum yum. And Trent says, that looks the bomb.
Right, so the mussels are starting to open. Let's see if we can dish out. Oh, look, the prawns are starting to cook. The crevettes, rather. Sorry, Anita.
Did that one lose his head?
I think so.
That's a bit more ready to get.
That's a chef's one.
Later. Yeah.
That's a chef's one. And the Coley's cooking. So give it a little bit longer. And then I'm going to have to try and take out the fish. And then blitz the rest of the sauce. That's smelling good, isn't it, Ashley?
Oh yeah.
Sorry, I know you lot can't smell it, but and it does remind me of my camping holidays in France when we ate a lot of fish and we barbecued it. Fresh mackerel, mussels, a little bit of local wine. I'll put the lid down and we'll come back to that in a minute.
We've got Randall Jacobs who says, we need smell-o-vision.
That would be a good idea.
Dion says it's looking good too. That's Dion September. Mike Saunders says getting her on the scones or scones.
Cream first, Mike.
And Diana so I'm going to butcher this. Diana Spatry says, you're making me so hungry. Kudos from VA in the US. Is that?
Wow.
Not. Where's VA? I was about to say Venezuela. It's not Venezuela. That's.
Let us know where you are.
Yeah. She's been thinking of getting a Joe. How easy has it been to work with?
It's like an outdoor oven. Really easy to control the temperature. Great for doing bread and cakes and desserts on, as well as your meat. You've got your indirect cooking, you've got your direct cooking. You can do a whole meal from your starters, main course and desserts. It's my go-to. It's my go-to barbecue.
She says she's going to be cooking a leg of lamb this week, and it's huge.
Right, allow plenty of time. Marinate it. Cook it low and slowly.
Yeah. And how what's the diameter of this one?
This is 18 inches. Plenty big enough for sort of family of 4 or 6, because you can do a lot in it. And the newer ones, this is the classic one. You've got with the divide and conquer system. I think with the classic 3, you get a lot more cooking variables. So, but yes, I can feed 8 to 10 on this one. This isn't going to work too well because I'm losing half the. I've got half the onion and stuff. But as long as I get most of the shells out. You could just leave it all in and have a big fishy stew. Let's remember to get that
star anise out.
Star anise out. Oh, there it is. Quick. I won't worry if I leave some of the coli in there, but the shells I obviously want out. And the crevettes. Right, so it's just a little look in there. Oh, a rogue one or two. I say if you were doing this, you had a bit more time, I would have cooked the onion, fennel and tomato down a lot more. Oh, keep hiding, look. Oh.
Another one.
Right, I think that's, oh no, one there.
Or we just give the bouillabaisse a bit more texture. We're leaving the shells in.
Oh, I don't mind leaving some fish in there because that will all blend down. I certainly don't want any shells in there. Right, okay, so I'm going to take it off the heat. Gloves, that's getting quite hot now. Lift it over to here. Now I've got an electric blender. I'll use that. Put my lid down for me, please. Oh,
Nice and gently.
it's heavy. Thank you. Easy, tiger. Right, so I'm going to blend this.
That smells amazing.
Now you could, once you've blended it, put it through a sieve. I think you'll lose some of the flavour.
Honestly, that smell has taken me right to the coast of France now.
Right, we'll leave that like that. Now you can put it back onto the heat and reduce it down a little bit so it goes thicker, but that's partly what the roux does. It will thicken it. So what we do is we'll pop this back on. Whoops. We'll pop this back on the heat, and I'll just put a little bit of the fish in. So if I had the classic 2 or 3, I'd have that nice air hinge lid, which would save my arms, but
You've got that real chef strength for, isn't it?
Right, so what I'll do is I'll put a little bit of the cooked fish back in, just to keep it warm. And then I'll add the other ingredients. Just so we can have a little taste. Okay, so just put that to warm up, put that rogue bit in there, give it a little stir, and then I'm going to put in, okay, so I didn't bring out my ladle. So we'll just spoon some out. You could put the liquid in the bowl first and then put the fish on top. Look at that prawn up.
Look at that colour.
A ladle would be better. Okay, that'll do just for now. And then you put the roux on the top, and you can stir that in, or you can sort of spread it on your little toasties. So I'm just going to have a little taste. Mmm. The roux. Mmm. You need to go in with the mussel. We need a little opening tool for that.
We're going rustic on this eat tonight.
Mmm.
Happy with that one? I know mussels are your favourites, aren't they?
That's too hot. And then you've got some nice toasted bread to mop up the sauce. Dip it in the roux. Mmm. And on a cold night tonight, that's going to be lovely. So, oh, I haven't put the orange juice in. All the salt and pepper. So that will just bring out some flavour. I'll do that with the rest of the dish. When we tuck into that for supper.
Is that prawn still going to be too hot? I reckon it can cool down a bit. Quite hot, won't it?
Be messy eater.
Looks amazing.
You need a gubbins bowl to put your shells in, and
all the rest of it.
Yeah. And obviously, if it was cooler, you'd make it better. There we are.
That's the knack for it, isn't it?
There. Oh, it's going to be the best bit. It's a messy job, but very, very tasty. So I shall finish off the dish, and we'll chuck into that with some nice bread and the rest of the viognier. So I'll sign off and wish you all a great week. Hope you managed to take part in UK Barbecue Week starting from Saturday, and fire up and get cooking, and I'll see you soon. Bye.